Hello and welcome to the Ready Reserve training. My name is David and I will be conducting the webinar today. Today we will be discussing the various aspects of Ready Reserve and the benefit that it provides to your clients. Ready Reserve can be looked at in two ways. One, as immediate access to cash. For those clients of yours that need money now for their business and they are truly looking for something that is going to assist them in making a purchase that is now. The other method for selling Ready Reserve is as access to cash, coverage for your business, the security and peace of mind that every business owner needs. A couple of examples for both of those models. For the immediate access to cash model, if you look at the lease finance industry, where people are looking to lease equipment, and Ready Reserve can either bridge the gap between the leasing company's approval amount or be the entire solution for the lease requirement. As it pertains to the coverage for your business, Ready Reserve works for any and every business that you can conceive of. Because what business owner does not benefit from having immediate access to cash? And that's what Ready Reserve provides to businesses nationwide. Immediate access to cash within 48 hours. Now, because there is no monthly premium nor any upfront cost, there is no good reason why every business owner wouldn't want the peace of mind in knowing that they have up to $250,000 available based primarily on their business sales. As I keep mentioning that every business in America would benefit from having immediate and ongoing access to cash, when a business is in need of funds, beginning to look for that money at that point is in many cases too late. Too late to benefit from the access to capital, whether it's for an emergency or if it's simply a buying opportunity. You have to be able to access that cash. One of the most common concerns that business owners have when looking for access to capital is their concern about their approval. USA Today had an article which stated that in 2011, 83% of loan applications from businesses doing under $5 million a year in revenue were declined. That's a 17% approval rating. So if you're looking for bank financing, you really need to be perfect. But what's nice is for those clients looking for immediate access to cash, having Ready Reserve does not disable you from obtaining traditional financing. Therefore, many people that obtain or apply for business lines of credit, SBA loans, traditional business loans, are actually getting approved for Ready Reserve simultaneously because of the 48-hour approval and the access to cash within 48 hours. It gives them the ability to know, whether they're approved or not, that this is giving them access to cash now, so they don't have to be concerned about that approval for the loan that they're attempting to achieve. We do not report to the personal credit bureaus. Therefore, we will never negatively affect an individual's FICO score. We do, however, report to the business credit bureaus, LexisNexis, Experian, even Dun & Bradstreet, the gold standard. But what we report is simply that on-time monthly payments are being made, not that there is any outstanding liability or even any outstanding availability, simply that on-time monthly payments are being made. However, unlike your FICO score, which is having constant communication from various creditors, the Business Credit Bureau, specifically Dun & Bradstreet, has almost no communication. Even businesses that obtain vendor credit from their vendors, that have been in business for years and years, unless it's something negative, most businesses do not report because there is a cost to reporting. So most businesses, even well-to-do, successful businesses, have either no business credit or bad business credit. I don't know which is worse. By having Ready Reserve and the positive reporting that we do, we not only provide immediate and ongoing access to cash, but we reduce the need for cash because we assist our clients in obtaining vendor credit. Now, I will be the first to tell you that every business in America would benefit from having immediate and ongoing access to cash. That there is no question whether you are an incredibly successful business, and this is your busy time of year, or you're struggling because you know that you have another 6 months, 7 months before the summer rolls around, and that's when you do the majority of your business. The bottom line is that having Ready Reserve puts you in a position where you control your cash flow. What we provide to business owners is up to $250,000 per month. But most importantly, what we are concerned about is your business sales. We don't monitor how you spend the money or the frequency of your requests, and therefore there are no limit to the frequency of funding requests, nor do we have any spending restrictions. Now, the amount that we provide to our clients is very similar to the method that a business line of credit would use. We approve our clients for a maximum approved amount. And that maximum approved amount is based upon their overall sales. Now, an easy rule of thumb to evaluate the amount of money, the amount of availability that we are going to provide to a client is utilizing their credit card processing volume, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Why? Because credit card processing volume typically represents 40 to 60% of the overall volume. So what we do is we take 1 month of their processing volume and provide up to 125% of that volume. So an example would be if your client is doing $10,000 a month in Visa, MasterCard, and Discover volume, their immediate approval would be for $12,500. The MAA, the maximum approved amount that we would set for them, is actually at 80%. So they have the ability to take the 125%, and once they have reached the 80% and have paid down below that, it works like a revolving line of credit. So this way, every dollar that is paid back, an additional 73 cents becomes immediately available again. Now, we also understand clearly that many businesses are beginning to see a substantial increase, that the economy, as much as it is improving, their sales are improving. And they want to know that as their sales go up, that Ready Reserve availability will go up as well. So what we do is we make as much as a 10% increase month over month available based upon your credit card processing volume. So if in a particular month your volume is up 5%, we'll increase your maximum approved amount by 5%. If it goes up by 10%, we will increase your maximum approved amount by 10%. If it goes up 15%, we will increase your maximum amount by 10%. The maximum that we will increase it over a period of a 30-day stretch is 10%. However, month over month, over a period of a year, that's a 200% increase. So an approval of $25,000 would see an MAA at the end of the year, 12 months down the line, of over $75,000. So we clearly understand that as your clients' businesses grow, we need to assist them in growing with that availability as well. Now let's talk about the cost of funds. And there are truly a number of ways to look at how we charge our clients for funds. Let's first begin with what we are not. We are not providing a loan. We are not charging interest. Now, interest can be the lowest cost of funds that you can find. 4% interest, 6% interest, really some incredibly low interest rates available. Interest can also be the highest cost of funds. You reach into your credit card, you take the last remaining $10,000 in availability and make the minimum monthly payment. So what are you looking at? You're looking at paying back over 2.5 times the amount that you originally took. So that $10,000 is costing you an additional $15,000, so you're paying back $25,000. Hence, the lowest cost and the highest cost of financing. Well, with Ready Reserve, we charge our clients based upon a factor rate. For every dollar that we provide, we're paid back $1.37. An easier way to understand that is for every 73 cents that we provide, we are paid back $1. And for every dollar that we're paid back, we make 73 cents immediately available again, hence the revolving nature of the Ready Reserve program. Therefore, our clients never run into a cash flow issue because they have used all of the availability, and until they've paid back 70, 80, 90%, they don't have any additional access to funds. With Ready Reserve, you always have access to funds. As soon as you have paid down below your maximum approved amount, you immediately have the value and the benefit of additional funds that can be taken within 48 hours. This way, businesses that go out and get a traditional loan, what they experience is a consumption of all of that money within 60 to 90 days. Hopefully, they've used those funds to increase revenue. Or if they've taken out a merchant cash advance, which is probably the most detrimental to any business today, because you get a fixed amount of money and don't have the ability to take more until you've paid it back in full or have 20 or 30% remaining to pay back. The problem is, what if you run into a cash flow issue? You have no additional funds accessible to you. And you know what happens? You close your doors. That is the reason why, with Ready Reserve, we fulfill one of the single most important issues that any business has, and that is cash flow. You must have access to cash to pay any outstanding bills, to pay employees, and most importantly, to pay yourself. Now, the factor rate that we charge is 1.375. So again, on $1,000, we're paid back $1,375. And no, it's not 37.5% interest, because what if it takes 2 years? Is it 18% interest? Or 3 years, is it 12? Or 4 years, is it 8? Because we have no fixed payments. We truly ride the wave of your business success and increase and your business decline. So as your business grows, you pay us back faster. As your business declines, you pay us back slower. But most importantly, there are never any menacing phone calls. There's never any questions as to why are we not getting our money back faster. So whether it takes 8 months or 8 years, the cost of funds do not change. It's very important to understand that there are no monthly minimum payments, and we are only paid back when credit card processing sales occur. Now, the way that we are paid back actually is quite creative because it's based upon how much you still have available in your Ready Reserve account. So, for example, if we were to approve a client for $10,000 and they withdrew $3,000 and they have $7,000 remaining or 70% remaining, they're going to pay 10% of their Visa, MasterCard, and Discover transactions. If they reach back in and take another $3,000, so they have $6,000 outstanding or $4,000 remaining, 40% remaining, they're going to pay 20% of each transaction until the time that they have 65% available. And if they reach back in and take another $3,000, so they have $9,000 outstanding and $1,000 available or 10% available, they're going to pay 25% of each transaction until the time that they have 35% available. So as the amount outstanding is reduced, the payback percentage is also reduced. The way in which we make funds available for our Ready Reserve clients is either into their bank account directly, which has a 5 to 7 day delay and a $25 ACH cost. If the funds are deposited directly into their prepaid debit card, which we issue to every one of our Ready Reserve clients, the funds are deposited within 24 to 48 hours. And what we provide to them is a merchant card MasterCard, which can become their corporate card if they so choose. They can also reserve additional cards for their employees if that's a benefit for them. But by putting the funds onto their merchant card MasterCard, there is no ACH cost, and it is deposited within 24 to 48 hours of their request. Now, I've mentioned numerous times that Ready Reserve should be required for every business in America. However, every business in America is not right for Ready Reserve. So let's talk about our key target clients. Retailers, restaurants, auto repair, auto mechanics, tire sales, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, physical therapists, plumbers, electricians, contractors. Basically, anybody that accepts payment at the time that a product or service is delivered is the perfect client for us. So even a wholesaler or distributor. So just look at it this way. I don't care if you're a taxi service or a limo, if you're a landscaper. As long as you receive payment at the time that that product or service is delivered, then you fall within the type of client that we're looking for. Now, for our standard program, we do look for our clients to be doing approximately $3,500 a month in Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, that they've been in business for 12 months, and they have 1 year left remaining on their lease. However, as long as the business type fits within our parameters, we have a Tier 2 for those business owners that simply fall below what is our standard requirement. Therefore, for those clients that have an under 500 FICO score, a delinquency or a foreclosure on their mortgage, if they have a delinquency or a repo for an auto, an outstanding tax lien without a written agreement to repay with the government, and for businesses in business less than 12 months, we still want to approve them. And so we will put them into our Tier 2. Our Tier 2 provides less money, $1,000 to $10,000 instead of $1,000 to $250,000. The factor rate is not 1.375, but 1.495. And the holdback percentage is not 10, 20, and 25%, but is fixed at either 25% or 30% because of our risk. However, because we provide the funding to our clients, once we get comfortable, we will move them into our standard program. Now, those businesses that do not qualify specifically are internet businesses, home-based businesses. And again, a limo, a landscaper, somebody that works out of their home but actually physically has interaction with their clients, that's okay too. Open bankruptcies must be discharged. And we do provide a ready reserve restricted list. And just be aware of the asterisks because those are on a case-by-case basis. I'm going to take just a few minutes to run through the frequently asked questions, and you all have access to this presentation as well to review at your leisure. We do offer, and we do have, a 95% approval ratio. 95% of our clients are approved, and that is so important because of the huge decline rate that banks have. As a matter of fact, in that same article I referenced earlier, USA Today said that 2011 is making 2010 appear to be a banner year for loans, which means at the heart of the recession, which was 2010, banks were providing more financing than they have in the recovery in 2011. Remember, we do not report to any of the personal credit bureaus. And if you want to pay back early, the only benefit is a tax benefit. There is no reduction in the cost of funds because remember, we charge a factor rate. Therefore, day one, the amount that is owed does not change. It is always the same. Remember, this is not a loan. This is not insurance. It is incredibly easy to apply for Ready Reserve. We have a 1.5-page application, and all that we require is the signed application, 3 months bank statements, and 3 months credit card processing statements. The approval will take less than 48 hours, and once our client has been approved, they do not have to reapply. So whether they take money now, or wait a month, or 6 months, or 2 years, their account is open and available for them to access those funds. If a client has had a bankruptcy and that bankruptcy has been discharged, we will consider them for our standard program. It does not automatically put them into our Tier 2. And remember, we don't report to any of the personal credit bureaus, so we will never disable our clients from obtaining traditional financing. Now, we are incredibly fortunate to have an incredibly talented IT and graphic design team. And all of the documents that Ready Reserve has created are editable by you, for you. And you can then save those documents and either send them out to a printer, such as FedEx Kinko's, or print them yourself. But it gives you immediate access to provide the professional documentation that you're accustomed to providing. We also provide detailed information about the payback process. And we make it abundantly clear how incredibly easy it is to get approved and to fill out the Ready Reserve application. We'll take just a moment to go through the application so you see how easy and quickly this can be accomplished. As you will see from the cover page, the application needs to be signed, 3 months complete bank statements need to be prepared, and 3 months credit card processing statements need to be prepared. It is a very basic application which should take no more than 5 minutes to complete. And once the entire packet is submitted, Ready Reserve will turn this around and within 48 hours provide your client with an approval and give them immediate access to obtain funds. So I want to thank you all very much for spending the time to clearly understand the tremendous value that Ready Reserve provides to your clients, and we wish you tremendous success.